I'm just going to the middle of the street. We don't have no help from nobody yet.
Montrealers living at this encampment under the Ville-Marie expressway were evicted Tuesday morning as ordered by a judge at the end of June. Officers blocking the entrance and using trucks to get rid of the belongings of residents who are being forced out to make way for repairs of the expressway after months of legal battles.
We are still waiting for help, and there's no help at all. There's no help at all.
Jacco Stuben was a resident of the encampment for over 7 years. He's been advocating for other residents, including himself, to be able to stay since the initial eviction date on November 2022.
Give us a hand. You cannot just put us on the middle of the street and tell us, okay, we just want it done. No, it's not fair.
The eviction will make way for repairs to the expressway planned by Transport Quebec, which were to have started last fall. A judge had said the deteriorating state of the highway not only presented a risk to commuters driving on it, but to the residents living below it.
Very, very upsetting. The people today who are leaving have not been provided housing. So they're being scattered across the city. They lose their community, they lose resources, they lose the safety that they had here, and nobody in the city is doing anything about it.
According to David Chapman of Resilience Montreal, while 17 out of the 20-some residents living in the encampment are currently in the process of obtaining government-subsidized housing, only 2 have been able to get housing so far due to administrative red tape and a lack of resources.
Kicking people out of encampments, it protects institutions, it protects them from liability, it protects political image, but it actually doesn't protect at all the most marginalized people.
This is a government entity saying that there's no solution. They're the government. They could just provide a solution and decide that that's a priority, but that's obviously not a priority.
For Chapman, the eviction will force those now no longer in the encampment to find unsafe spaces to live in without a community or resources.
The end result of all of this is that we're pushing people to disappear. Does that sound like a humane thing to do? Does that sound like responsible government?
It's not fair. There's no logic.
In Montreal, Felisha Adam, City News.